Hi, Ramas.
Hi, teacher.
Okay, good evening and welcome to our speaking test. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so our topic for tonight is all about natural disasters. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay, number one, what kinds of natural disasters are common in your country?
Um, every year in my countries, there are a lot of nature disaster happen in my country. For example, like flooding. This is the most common disaster that happen in my country. And besides that, also we also suffer from hot of tsunami or also landslide in the mountain of Vietnam.
Which natural disaster do you think is the most destructive and why?
Um, I think the flooding is the most destructive natural disaster in my country because I can see that there are a lot of loss of people and also property of my uh, in my country. And I remember that about 3 or 4 years ago, the central region of Vietnam they are suffer from big flooding, and it's also caused a loss of death of people, and also they cause a big loss of um, money and also the houses in my country.
How well prepared do you think people are for emergencies in your country?
Sorry, can you repeat?
How well prepared do you think people are for emergencies in your country?
I think the people in my country they are prepared a lot of knowledge for themselves uh, to prevent the disaster of my country, and at many school the teacher and the school also teach a lot of students about the knowledge how to prevent and how to uh, move to a safe place to prevent the natural disaster.
Okay, like how many percent do you think the people are well prepared?
I think about 70 or
70.
80.
Okay, 70 or 80%. Next, Ramos, would you feel confident leading other people during an emergency?
I think I can have a basic knowledge
Mm,
about uh, the how to prevent the natural disaster because when I was young, my mother teach me and my mother also uh, told me about a lot of disaster in the country and also in around the world, and she also teach me how to prevent and how to move, how to shelter to another places, and especially my how to manage my emotion when I was getting in the trouble. Yes.
last, Ramos. What survival skills do you think everyone should learn?
Throughout a lot of natural disaster that happened in my country, I think that the emotion management skill is the most important for everyone to survive and to uh, can come through a natural disaster. And I think, for example, when people they came enough, they will know how to uh, protect themselves, and they can easily to solve the problem. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Ramos. Now let's proceed to the second part of our speaking test. So this time, Ramos, for 2 minutes, describe a natural disaster that you have experienced or heard about. So you should say what the disaster was, where and when it happened, what happened during the disaster, and explain how people recovered from it. So you have a minute to think or to take down notes. So just tell me if you're ready. Okay, ready? So, Ramos, you may start speaking now.
Mm, one of the natural disaster that I have heard about is the flooding that is happened about more than 1 years ago. And I remember that it happened at the central region of my countries, and especially my grandparents. They live there, so they have suffered from a lot of difficult about the food and also the safe of them. And um, I remember that I heard about the news when when I sleep and um, I heard that my grandparents they uh, need to climb to the top of the house to prevent the flood because that is so high. And I one things that I remember that and I think that's very emotional is that the encouragement and also um, the support from the people on around the country. Yeah, they gave a lot of food and they gave a lot of supportive to the people that in the region that suffer from flooding. And I read the news that people they have a lot of uh, difficult when they prevent themselves from the flooding. Like they need to find places to move. They need to find the safe places to move, and also they need to um, prevent and they need to um, protect their property. Yeah, and yes, that's on that on I remember.
All right, thank you, Ramas. Now, let's proceed to the third part. So, I'm going to ask follow up questions about natural disaster. So, Ramas, what are the biggest problems people face after a natural disaster?
I think that the biggest problem that people face after the natural disaster is the loss of property. The loss of property. After that, they need to buy a new things and to buy a lot of things for their houses, and also they especially the loss of their pets. Yeah, I think the for the people that who love pets, that is the big loss for them. Yeah, that's all.
So, Ramas, what changes would you like your country to make to improve disaster preparedness?
Um, I think that one thing that people should change to make to improve the disaster preparedness is people the needs to learn about to get knowledge about how to prevent the natural disaster, because I think that some people they don't know um, how to prepare and also don't know how to call the emergency to help them. Yeah, and I think that they should go to the internet and learn something that help them.
Okay, last question, Ramas. What is the most important lesson people should learn after experiencing a natural disaster?
I think that one important lesson that people should learn when they experience a natural disaster is that they need to be calm and needs to learn how to manage the emotion. Uh, because I think that the emotion that help us to uh, be calm enough to solve the problem, and also we will easily to uh, solve the problem, and also we can uh, make the problem be easily to solve. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you, Ramos. That is the end of your speaking.